Right now, we're about to watch this. We're about to watch Travis Hunter is gonna learn the hard way. I mean, I know I've been hearing about this situation a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like it's mainly like it's like both people be overreacting like that when it comes to relationship, and that's the reason. Like for me, that's why when it comes to relations, for me personally, I would always keep it private because now you're just giving.
Or do I really want to try to come up off a check off a man where you could just fucking have it really down? I'm not gonna. I mean, the dog pile on Travis Hunter and this whole fiance situation is too much, man. I'm not gonna do it. Psych! I'm about to be Clifford. She don't want no puppy. She want a big dog. Look, I think that Travis Hunter is having the time of his life right now. He just won the Heisman. He won the Blitnikoff. He had a great season. He's looking at being one of the top 5 draft picks going into this next up-and-coming NFL draft. And everybody in the world is happy for him except for one, maybe 2 people. And you'll never guess who they are. Now, a couple of days ago, a video had dropped with Travis Hunter and his fiance, which I think it's very interesting that literally nobody knows her name and they keep referencing her as just a fiance. And it explained how they first got together and her initial attraction or lack thereof for the future NFL star.
I just didn't respond to him. He wasn't my type. I left him in my DMs for like 2 months, and then finally I answered him. But I didn't want to like do nothing. I just wanted to just be friends. Like we could be friends. Then we texted for like another 2 months. He was friend zone because I didn't like. He was like, "Am I friend zone?" I was like, "Yes." I was not into him. Then finally, I had to go to a friend's birthday dinner, and I didn't want to go with myself, so he was like, "Oh, I'll go with you." He went with me, and then we was in love.
Yeah, we was in love ever since then. Like we hung out. Now, there's a lot to unpack there. First and foremost, look at how giddy he is, just as green as can be. Yeah. We were in love ever since. He sounds like Goofy. Goofy. Now, he wasn't her type, and she was ignoring him. And based off of the video, he was still in high school, so she was an older woman. And all those things I could probably understand, not a big deal in the grand scheme of things if this was just a one-off occasion. But because this isn't a one-off occasion, it makes us very, very weary for Travis Hunter and his marriage going forward, because as he announced on the Pivot podcast, once he inks that NFL deal, he is also inking that marriage certificate.
Y'all get married in 2025?
Yep, next year.
Rookie year.
Yep.
And you gonna get married. And you gonna have some babies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, most of us probably share the same sentiments as 6-year NFL veteran Channing Crowder as he broke down that breakdown of what Travis Hunter's next year is going to look like. Rookie year, first contract in the NFL, marrying your quote-unquote high school sweetheart who wasn't your type and didn't want you and thought of you as an aftermath when she needed a date to her friend's birthday shower or baby graduation. Who gives a damn? This just all seems like it's moving way too soon. And because of me don't care who dumb it, of course she's not going to say slow things down. Of course she's going to say let's keep going faster. Matter of fact, let's go even faster. Make me more a part of your life than ever before. And maybe there's some underlying insecurities because she doesn't want any questions about if they are dating, if they are married, if they are engaged or not. She wants to be visible by his side 24/7. Even when he inks his new deal to be with Adidas, you guessed it, she's in the commercial just as if she's an athlete. I'm a dummy who's with my chick, and she's got me with no prenup, and we're getting married, and she knows all my contracts. It would not surprise me if she knew the extent and all the details of all his contracts. Hell, she's gonna be his future wife, right? That's why on her ring finger, she went ahead and tattooed a money sign, because that's what she's in it for. She's married to the money. I think men are very simple creatures. We saw that last week when we talked about cooking with Kaya. Men just want a woman who likes them first and foremost, and who can do some of the simple and traditional acts of service types of things, cooking or cleaning or whatever, provide for them to an extent. But this right here is the fault of man. I define this as male struggle love. See, struggle love is the concept of it being really a one-sided relationship from a whole bunch of different perspectives. Financially, mentally, emotionally, just all sides lead to one side providing more than the other. And it has you ignoring a bunch of red flags in a bunch of different situations. See, I think men participate in struggle love because they usually admire or fantasize some woman that they put on a pedestal and say is their dream woman. Even though they have red flags, then they do whatever they need to do continue to achieve said woman, get the money, get the cars, get the clothes, get the fame, or I don't know, be one of the best athletes in college football history. And then even though said red flags are present, literally seen on the biggest world stages, they seemingly ignore them. And I can't think of any bigger red flag that Travis Hunter experienced in his struggle love journey than when he had a great game, one of the most fantastic games ever, and his girlfriend didn't celebrate with him. She pouted, in fact.
So if y'all missed it, Travis Hunter from Colorado basically clinched the Heisman Trophy, which means he's about to be awarded the best player in football, had the best game of his life, basically. And after the game, his fiance was clearly upset with him, and then he went to a post-game interview and was obviously in a bad mood. And now the internet is absolutely jumping this girl. She's had to private her page, and people are so mad at her. I scrolled through the comments of the video where she was upset with him, and all of them were like, she can't handle this life. She acting like she not replaceable. I'm gonna speak to this as someone who's been closer to that life in my career and in my personal life and through friends, and just like this has been my life experience. I love my favorite athletes as much as the next person. But let me give y'all a news flash. Just because someone's a good athlete does not make them a good partner. Y'all talking about time and place, time and place. She's engaged to be married to this man, and they're in college. Y'all don't know what the hell is going on in their household? Telling this girl to calm down, saying she could be replaced. Who are you?
Now that was Mariah Rose, daughter of Jalen Rose. So yes, she has been around her fair share of athletes, and she can guess, like a lot of people would guess, what happened in that situation. It was probably some girls in the stands shouting his name a little too loud and a little too friendly. That's fair game. However, what a lot of people are pointing out in these situations is that that's going to continue to happen no matter what. Especially as he just won the Heisman, goes to the NFL, and
that's what I was trying to say. I said that, but they're gonna have to have a talk, because obviously, I know, he's probably gonna address it, that one video where she's sitting down, she's impatient and stuff. But they're gonna have to have some talk, especially now what's been going on recently. They gotta say, look, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. Either I have to do this because of the deal, because he gets sponsorship here, so that's how he makes his bread. So she's gonna have to either take a sacrifice, or it's gonna be the hard way for her, because she's gonna have to deal with this forever, because now they got the ring on the finger. And now, if I'm not mistaken, also she's older than him, so it's gonna be because now it makes it a little bit worse in a way, but you get what I mean.
Is looking to have one of the better careers out of any athlete to ever touch the NFL field if he can replicate some of the college success. Now, she's 100% right. People don't know what's going on in their home. But with that being said, if you're in such a foul mood that you can't switch gears knowing that you'll be in the limelight, then you need to go ahead and step to the side and not be on camera. You don't have to be attached to your partner at the hip 24/7. I actually think that is a sign of a toxic relationship. But that shows a little bit of insecurity in her life, like she had when she was in the Adidas commercial, because she doesn't want any new people to step in and take her potential money pit away from her. And I know I do not know Travis Hunter, but I would tell him, just like I would tell anybody else, listen, you don't have to keep your woman around you all the time. And I do think when you sign up to be with somebody who has some sort of fame, status, celebrity, hell, even a regular person, when they're having their biggest moments in life, your job as a partner is to support them. That doesn't mean bringing down the moment at any given time. I think that ultimately makes you a bad partner. Now again, I'm not gonna lie. If this was a one-off situation, I wouldn't have a problem. If this was a situation where they had a conversation off the cameras, it wouldn't be a problem. But literally at the Heisman Awards ceremony, what happens just shows that she's really not there to support Travis Hunter at all. She is just there for her own selfish gain.
Oh yeah, I saw this too. Oh my god.
So let me get this right. You're the last one to stand up, first one to get hugged, and the first one to sit down in a celebration of your man receiving the highest achievement in his field. I don't know what else to say. This will be a problem in any other situation. But this one, all of a sudden, Deion Sanders literally had to force her to stand up as he was coming over to get a hug. Now, which one is it? Is it respect the elders? I wish we would have had a blueprint. I wish people talked to us beforehand. Or, oh, these people don't know what they're talking about. People aren't really like that. You know, everybody's situation is individualistic. like everybody needs to just leave these people the hell alone. And I really fear for the kid because ultimately he doesn't have a singular woman from what we've seen really support him in the public eye.
I love the person that he is, but I'm also grateful that because what they said was my biggest mistake turned out to be the biggest blessing. That just goes to show you can make mistakes, but that does not define who you are.
I can see the comment section now, all the people dissecting, ooh, this is what she really meant and this, that, and the third. Problem is people have the option to do things and to not do things, especially when they know that the camera is on them. A lot of these people need to take note from the people that happened before them. You don't see Savannah James up until recently get on microphones and podcasts talking about LeBron James. You don't see Gloria James doing all these different things like that. And I know somebody's going to talk about Gloria James and Delonte West. That is ultimately a rumor. She is not willingly going on platforms to talk about and discuss these things because that's embarrassing. It's unnecessary and it's shameful to the man in question. Now, what I find very interesting in this discourse is the fact that there's clearly a side of people who want Travis Hunter to succeed and can see that ultimately this woman isn't good for him. And y'all know I hate to divide by genders, and I like to look at situations as unique in their own, and people should look at them individually. But don't you find it funny? Don't you find it a coincidence that earlier this year, when Simone Biles and her husband were going through something similar where her husband was seemingly embarrassing her, talking down on her or downplaying her accolades in real time on camera, there was a subsection of people who decided that he was a deadbeat, he was no good, he was using Simone Biles' name, he's irrelevant, and he's nobody, and we should talk down on him, and she should divorce him. She should divorce him. But on the flip side of that, they give a lot of grace to Travis Hunter's girlfriend that has no accolades, no success, no name for herself.
I don't know about that part.
I find that to be funny. Look, ain't nobody telling Travis Hunter.
I disagree. From what I've seen, I don't think I've seen pretty nice. I've seen pretty negativity. I mean, I think the only difference, I feel like this reminds me of like the Patrick Mahomes a little bit because like when his wife was, what's it called? She was just doing crazy stuff. I think this was like it was either like 2023 or like last year or like a bit before that, but she was just getting herself in trouble. I think this kind of reminds me of that because I think, and then like I think even like his brother too. I think his brother got into like some trouble, and then they just, I don't know what was told behind the scenes, but I haven't heard neither of them since. I don't even know if they even go to his games no more. That's the crazy. But I think that's what's gotta happen there. Like she can come, but she's gotta like, you know, tone it. Like she's gotta like either be quiet or just stay out of the cameras. That's what
to do with his life, but people are just giving him warnings.
Me personally, I would get far away from her. I don't like attitude from here. Just my personal opinion. And I know Travis is the homie, so I don't want to speak on your girl, but I'm just talking about if I didn't know you and from the things that I see on the television and the blogs and so on and so forth. Don't take it from Coach Prime. Coach Prime walked his kids up and say, hey, it's one of these shits when he's seen his baby mom. Sometimes it be like that, man.
Yeah, she doesn't give off the energy like she really love him. You know what I mean? And that's really alarming. And it's crazy that plays offense and defense, he should be able to see that.
Now, I believe what you do in your relationship is your relationship, but don't say that people didn't warn you when outcomes end up becoming true. Now, a lot of people are going to have a lot of apologies if they end up being successful, happy, married for a long time. You know, there's really no turmoil or trouble. But when people give advice, some people just listen. But Travis Hunter in these situations, he gives responses, and his responses are not good at all.
We've been together for a long time. She's like my closest to everything. She helped me with everything. It's kind of hard sometimes, but she's always there. She's a girl. It's a lot of stuff that could be happening in the stands. People don't understand that. She might look irritated towards me, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff she deal with during the game. There's a lot of stuff people don't see off the camera. So I really don't care what they think or what they say about us.
He never addressed anything directly, just said that she's a girl and things happen. The internet doesn't know what they're talking about.
Okay, I'm going to be addressing all this stuff because I'm tired emotionally and mentally of seeing people try to make me out to be a person that I am not. I'm going to start from the very beginning with this my type thing. These are previously things I didn't want online, but I'm going to tell y'all the full story just so y'all know.
Boy, oh boy, is this going to be a good one. Yeah. So my team is in the process of editing the Travis Hunter magnum opus while I really get into the whole Travis situation. And this video video drops and I have to do an addendum. Addendum? I have to add this portion to the video. Not only did Travis Hunter give this crazy situation or explanation as to what's going on with his girlfriend, claiming that she was drunk and she had drunk herself into some sort of sleep because she's crying so hard, but then we get the special pleasure of the girlfriend coming out and spilling all the tea. She finally speaks, and boy, oh boy, did she not need to speak.
When I said he wasn't my type, I did not mean attractiveness. I don't have a physical type. No two men that I previously dated looked the same. My first one was a white cowboy. Second one was a Mexican soccer player. Then I dated a black man who was a SoundCloud rapper. And then Travis.
So you claim you don't have a type, but you've dated all of these men that line up with the potential of having some sort of big success. You may not have a type for the men that you go for, but you fit in a certain type. The gold digger archetype. And it honestly doesn't help that a lot of information has come out recently that you've worked at Club Cheetah in Atlanta as a stripper, verified by the club owner. And we're getting new information on a day-to-day basis that you did delete your OnlyFans. I don't know, the math just seems to be mathing. So then when we go on and we find out that the only reason that you got with Travis is because he had a great personality and he cheated on his girlfriend. He cheated on his girlfriend with you, right?
So when I said he wasn't my type, I meant because he was younger than me. I had never dated no one younger than me, and he had cheated on his girlfriend. I don't know if your type is cheaters, but mine isn't.
So now we realize you threw out all your morals and all your values because you're not a home.
Yeah, that's the problem. Now you just made the situation worse on you. Now you just made it because now you're just saying stuff that, like, now you're just saying that he's a cheater, which is not good. It is not good for his stock. His stock is pretty high right now, but now, I mean, it's not probably going to affect it as much, but I think it's definitely going to affect it a little bit now because, yeah, but...
home record, but you still helped this man with cheating only because it was going to benefit you. Okay.
If you watch the video, you can see me but his mom didn't get up. So I was like, oh, maybe I don't get up. Maybe I just sit here with her. So I sat there, and then y'all said Coach Prime had to tell me to get up. No, he didn't. He said, go get him. Go get your man. And once Travis stood up, but he didn't have to do that because I was going to do that anyway.
Man, there's so much BS in that statement right there. So you decided not to get up because his elderly mother decided not to get up as well.
What?
Now, I think there's problems with both of y'all, as we'll see in the video.
No, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, probably because I know, like, people, like, I know for us, man, we probably know that, but I know some women, they probably don't. No, I'm not going to fall out there, but I think some women don't realize that you're supposed to stand up. Like, I remember, like, in my case, my mom, that happened to my mom. She didn't know that we were supposed to, like, stand up for, like, an event. I tried to, like, tap her, like, hey, you gotta, like, stand up. Like, so some people, I wouldn't say, like, for us, we know, like, 1, 2, but not every, But I won't give her the benefit of the doubt because she just said that that Prime, it was clearly shown that Prime had to tap her, like, behind her, like, hey, get up. So that's all I'm gonna say there. Oh shit.
But ultimately, you made a decision not to look like you were visibly impressed or congratulatory or celebratory in that situation. Mind you, the room is standing at that point. So if you have the ability to hop up and applaud him, then I think that's important. And then you're talking about, oh, well, you didn't get into this shot because of Coach Prime and you know how the online perception is. But I'm going to be honest with you, you didn't give a damn about the online perception any other time. Why am I supposed to believe that this time is any sort of different?
And then the hugging thing. Travis came and hugged me because he just went down the line. I was first in line, then his mom, then Coach Prime.
Okay,
he came straight to me first. I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't have to tell him to do anything. He's a grown man. He can do what he wants. But yeah, everyone is making this crazy narratives in their head, so I just wanted to clear it out.
Look, anytime I'm caught red-handed, I have a bunch of excuses, but the proof is in the pudding and we're watching it in real time. No matter what you say, if you really feel this way or you were so conscious and aware, you will remove yourself from a lot of these situations. I believe you should have been at the Heisman ceremony. That's perfectly fine. I believe if the family wasn't getting on the field at the time of the game to celebrate, you probably shouldn't have been on the field either. And if they weren't going to be up there celebrating and you needed to pause and be back and not show this nasty display and image on television, you probably shouldn't have. That doesn't address the situations about the OnlyFans. She didn't, verify or deny if she was that club cheater or not. Ultimately, at the end of the day, she still wrecked the home because she was cheating with him. But that's not what I meant to say. You are still the person that we believe. Somebody who believes the situation is about them, makes the situation about them, doesn't have the awareness to be like a Savannah James in LeBron's early career, Aisha Curry and Steph Curry's early career. I'm just trying to think of all the athletes who have their fiance, girlfriend, wife be more silent partners than more visible partners. Because I think that that's your problem here. But only time will tell. I saw too, they said the best teacher for Travis Hunter right now is experience rather than any mentor or whoever that can make a YouTube video or get a viral clip. So with that being said, Travis, you're going to have to learn these hard lessons by yourself. My brother. brother in Christ. I think when you've watched these movies, it just becomes tiring and you hope to have a different outcome every single time. But man, oh man, when a train is about to wreck into another train, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna hit that train. But I look back to situations like PJ Washington, who people told to run away from Brittany Renner because she was only in it for the money.
PJ Washington. When this 6'7" forward made it to the big time, he also made the major mistake of having a child with social media sensation Brittany Renner. Not only did Renner begin airing the couple's dirty laundry when things started going south, she also went after PJ's wallet. Thanks to legal proceedings initiated by Renner, Washington now has to dish out $200K every month for the next 18 years. This may have been a fling for young PJ Washington, but it seems that for Brittany, it was one certain way to make bank.
Now, mind you, Brittany was 26 years old and PJ Washington was 18 years old when she posted on her Instagram how she was at the University of Kentucky watching the basketball players. She's also given the blueprint on how to take advantage of these young athletes because they're dumb. PJ, when people gave you that information, what did you do? You didn't learn anything from it. Now, Brittany Renner combated all of that stuff and said that the $200K was not real and gave a lot of pushback to all the rumors that were out there about her.
I've just accepted that my light is so bright that it causes all of the roaches to scatter in places they thought they could hide. It's just me being me. It just causes such an uproar. Like, loving yourself is such a rebellious act these days, you know? But I'm here to tell you, I am so not sorry.
But if that's how you're going to give pushback to backlash, it seems like your play worked 100%. But kudos to you and kudos to any of these other young ladies who get in front of these young, dumb athletes or successful people who, even though they have guidance in their lives, because I know people are going to talk about this is real fatherless behavior, but he has prime, he has access to all these NFL players, all these NBA players. He is a...
He's got his father, I think. I'm pretty sure his father's in his life. And Dion, who, honestly, he's been in this situation, he knows this pretty well. I mean, so if anything, like, I feel like it wouldn't be fair for Prime to tell him, but I would probably talk to his father at least, but either way. And then if his father, like, gives him solid advice, then maybe he could talk to Dion. But either way, that's my opinion. That's what I think. I think he should ask his father before he asks Dion.
Young, successful, and famous man who has all this stuff in front of him to tell him not to do this, but he still decides to do this. It seems like the light isn't on the inside of the house, and we need to stop blaming these fathers and these other people and look at these young men for the actions that they're making on their own. Because mind you, even after Brittany Renner put out her answer in response that was like that basically said she doesn't give a damn, PJ Washington still jumped on the next IG model right afterwards and had a baby with her.
I swear people don't be learning their lessons. After this man,
I forgot about this man.
Signed to an 18-year max deal. He gonna go back and do the exact same thing again? The Hornets veterans need to get together and jump him or something like that, because he's not getting it.
Now, the reason why I say you can't keep saying this is fatherless behavior, you can't keep looking at the mentors, is because now, in real time, the mentors are putting out on wax what they are saying to these young men and the message that they're putting out to these young men. Deion Sanders literally had Brittany Renner come into the Jackson State University locker room and give out the game as to what to avoid when they get to the next levels or when they seek success and fame.
They're going on Instagram and they see you. And what happens? They try to get off in them DMs.
I feel like my DMs, it's like a Nike store. There's nothing but checks. When you reach a certain status, you can have the pick of the litter. You're in my DM because I'm Brittany Renner. If you play a sport, well, that's an incentive to talk to you. Everybody wants
I love how everybody's trying to be serious.
Even if we both have our own thing going on, me still being with you is a good look because you boost my stock.
And I know people gave Deion a lot of backlash for that situation, but to be honest with you, it was needed for a situation like this. But on the opposite end of the spectrum, we see a situation where his two sons aren't seen posted up with any and everybody. We don't see any women. We don't see any HO3s, 304s, whatever you want to classify and clarify them as. I think Shador dated Storm Reed for a short bit of time when they first started school or whatever the case may be, but it was Storm Reed. At least somebody who has something going for them, is in college, is in movies, is on television, and has a good head on her shoulders, or let me not even speak to the girl's shoulders, but a career about herself. He's not laying down with any and every IG baddie that pops into his DMs. The thing that I hate the most about these situations is Travis Hunter and his girlfriend, fiance, whatever you want to call it, are going to get married, have babies, and I don't want to speak this on them, but this is the road that I think they're going down. They'll get divorced, and then they'll be hit with some unforeseen and ungodly amount of child support, and he'll be used as the next catalyst for the next divorce, baby mama, child support conversation. When he gets hit with that price tag, regular average Joe Blows are going to be using him as the talking point and the poster child to say, hey, this is why I don't get married. This is why I'm avoiding divorce. This is why I'm not fooling with women. Furthering and furthering the gender divide that men and women do have now in 2024 and beyond. My dating philosophy that I share with my younger cousins and everybody around me is date people that are as close to you and your upbringing and circumstances as possible. Based off of what I know, Travis Hunter has his mom. He is a hard-working individual who has taken the time out to brand and promote himself outside the game of football, but even on the field, he works extremely hard, and I know that because it shows. Now, based off of this young lady, I don't see any of that. What I see is a woman who is in it for the money, as the numerous times where she's made a situation that could have been about Travis Hunter and his accomplishments on the field and off the field about herself. And hell, she even got a money sign tattooed on her finger to let you know what she's married to and what she's all about. Look, the writing is on the wall. If you can't read, then so be it. But let this be a lesson for any and everybody else. Stop it.
Yeah, I mean, that's, yeah, pretty much. Just be careful who you attract and be careful who you get around, because it's not because once the bread hits, once I think that she sees that